Man, it's been a long time since we've been together.
Yeah, summertime, kids.
What you been up to?
What have we not been up to?
Hmm.
I mean, the world just keeps moving fast. As far as sports goes, watching Padres.
What's with the smirk? What's with this? Because about a week and a half ago there wasn't a smirk. You're actually dreading this podcast, but all of a sudden you're.
Yeah, we're still behind 2 games, I think, game and a half. I don't know.
Yeah,
from the Dodgers.
The series have been really fun.
Yeah,
it's a great preview of what the playoffs is going to be.
Yeah, playoff baseballs.
It's gonna get crazy.
Yeah,
they legitimately hate each other. And it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a great rivalry. All the good teams are really good.
Yeah.
And with the way the trade deadline works now, it's just a big talent dump. Mm-hmm. All the good teams get way better, and you're just watching top tier baseball. We've trashed the Rockies a good bit for their ways. Yeah. And so it's good to just watch good competitive baseball. Outside of that, we'll talk, I think, a little at some point about exercise and but continuing to minister to the saints of SDRC. Love my family. We're settled in our new home. We've been there since December, praise God, and we had to build out an ADU, which is accomplished. So thankful for that. You moved recently.
Yeah, it's funny. You built an ADU, and I moved into an ADU.
Hey,
so we're all trying to move on up in this world.
Yeah.
But no, it's crazy what you can do with these ADUs. I'm in my own. It feels like my own house.
Yeah, when you think about what houses were for much of history, we've so surpassed what was normal.
Right.
To where what we think is baseline is actually a really, really nice home that should last a really long time.
It's funny too, because in New Mexico, I was just back in New Mexico and I was telling them about ADU, what's an ADU? And I was like, oh, it's a casita. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Say it that way.
Yeah. So it's our little casita. But yeah, there's even that, how what we have is just so far and above beyond the history of house building.
Yeah. Hot water on demand, electricity throughout. These are, again, basics to us, and there's no problem with those being basics.
Yeah.
But to have hot water on demand, it would be something that Solomon would have longed to look into, But yeah, and your full launch with Love Life, right?
Yeah. So Love Life San Diego launched in June.
Love it.
We're gonna have our first major prayer walk in October.
Yeah.
October 25th, we're going to have a peaceful time of prayer and singing and interceding on the behalf of the least of these. And I'm just hoping that.
What's the dates on that for listeners?
So that's going to be October 25th.
Okay.
From 9 to 10:30. And we're going to meet up. We have all kinds of details will be coming out, but that's the date. We're going to get together and we're going to sing, we're going to pray, we're going to intercede for the least of these. And I think what's going to be really special is people are going to see the tragic truth with their own eyes. And even those that have been out before, but it's been a while, it's good to have your heart pricked all over again and see real people going into a real place to do dark things.
And which Planned Parenthood?
So it's going to be the Planned Parenthood that's right by San Diego State,
off
of College Avenue. So we'd love to have the people there, and
the founder of Love Life will be there, right?
Yeah, founder's going to be here along with 2 of other members of our executive team, and so they're really excited about what we're going to get started here in San Diego.
Yeah.
They haven't. We launched Riverside in 2021, and that was a pretty big launch, and it didn't come out for that. So San Diego, man.
It's cool. Yeah, it's really great.
San Diego's
for them to probably, I imagine they'll probably check out SoCal as a whole.
Yeah.
In their time here. But yeah, the Lord's doing good work across the nation, particularly in this arena.
Really.
And ministry like Love Life is been at it for a bit and doing great work. So I've been excited to see your partnership with them and to see Choosing Life Ministries, which is Lamar's ministry, started 4 years ago or
just about.
Yeah,
Close to that, yeah.
that has now been really assimilated into Love Life, and but really a lot of this, same heart, some different practical in the mission, but largely the same mission. And so excited for you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, new seasons, new chapters, but here,
new sports.
Here we go.
Basketball's over.
Yep.
Baseball's in full swing. We're in playoff push, and September's the last month before playoff baseball.
Yeah.
So not a ton to say right now.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a hot race between a lot of the good teams. Milwaukee is about the only juggernaut right now, which is a little surprising.
That is very surprising.
But I think they won 17 or 18 out of 20 games or something. So
anytime Milwaukee is relevant, it's surprising. Yeah. Like when the Bucks
won the finals. Is Giannis on the team or
is he playing baseball?
How did they pull that off?
That's the only person I know associated with Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And before him it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was Lou Alcindor.
Yeah, I don't even think I can name anyone on the Brewers.
Dude, who can?
Yeah.
I don't even maybe the
it's good to see that I don't know, small to mid market
Where
team
is Milwaukee?
crush. Hey man, come on.
I know. Do you know where Milwaukee
don't put us on blast right now. You were a teacher for the last couple of years, right? I haven't studied a United States map in a long time.
He said, "Hey man." All right, but shout out to the Brewers, man.
Yeah, I'll ask some of my kids where Milwaukee
I'm sure
is.
They'll probably tell you really quick. It'll put you to shame.
Yeah.
But football season is here in the thick of it. People are doing. I got my fantasy draft on Friday. I've done zero studying.
That's often a recipe for success, I think.
Dude, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to chat GPT my whole season, dude. I'm just going to.
Good strategy.
I'm just going to see.
This is what ChatGPT shines,
bro,
probably.
I don't have the time to there's too many things I got to listen to and talk to, but I want to play. I want to fellowship with my boys. So ChatGPT is going to be my general manager. I'm going to tell it. I'm going to ask it everything.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Hey,
we'll find out.
But your team selected.
I'm probably gonna make my first couple of. I'm gonna say hey, I'm thinking between these two people.
Okay.
I'm just.
You haven't had a selection yet.
No. That's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night. Wait.
Cool.
Today's tomorrow night.
Sweet.
So, we're gonna do fun thing. Fantasy football punishment. Well, two things. We're gonna do chip shot to see for draft order.
Okay.
So we're gonna do some golf chip shots. One of the player's house.
Okay.
But he's got a little, one of those little play chip things that's portable or whatever.
Cool.
So at least that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
But the punishment is last place has to go to Balboa Park on a Saturday when it's packed and all that stuff and try to get everyone to sing Sweet Caroline. But you have to keep going.
Hey,
even
let
if they
me
don't,
know when that's happening.
Even if they don't. So he's gonna say Sweet Caroline, and he has
to
go quiet.
Come on.
Either the crowd's gonna get into it.
There'll be some people getting into it.
Dude, I actually watched a video of it today, and this guy was in the mall, and no one got into it, dude. No.
So is this a viral punishment?
Not a single soul.
For Sweet Caroline?
I was shocked.
In a mall?
I was shocked.
Wow.
But it did look like he was in a mall in Chula Vista.
Okay.
That's not really that's not Hispanic culture.
You're Sweet Carolina.
Right. Come on, man. Somebody get him. Whose pastor is this?
Hey, there's a lot of Spanish speakers at our church, so I'm just trying to,
No, that'd
think
be
how would they say that?
Yeah, it'd be like me going to La Jolla singing "It's Been a Long Time Coming."
Yeah,
yeah. It's not gonna hit.
Yeah,
it's not gonna land. But anyways, so football season's here. We got fantasy. We got pick'ems and all that stuff. But this is CSPN and we're hoping the Lord doesn't burn this down.
Yep.
So we want to talk about things that other podcasts and sports shows are not talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one that Christians may want to duck is, what do we do about the Sabbath?
Mm.
NFL is saying Sunday is for football.
Mm-hmm.
We have those kind of slogans out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's people out there kind of working and wrestling with their conscience. Like, well, what if it's like, well, Sabbath is Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's so much that goes along with this, but like, how do we honor, like, there's so much valor and good virtues in football. Obviously there's a lot of trash associated with it too, obviously. But there is a competing force. Like, people are literally missing fellowship with believers on the Lord's Day for football. So, what should we be considering? What should we be wrestling on? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a very important question. Sabbath is something dear to the Lord in the scriptures. It's a pre-fall gift from the Lord that he participated in by resting. That is the appeal in the giving of the 10 commandments, in the giving of the Sabbath command, would be to remember that the Lord rested on the seventh day. The seventh day at that time was Saturday, but historically in church history, I'll be honest, I mean, we are a 1689 London Baptist Confession church, so we would hold to the transfer of the Sabbath from the last day of the week to the first day of the week, so from Saturday to Sunday. The biblical merit to that is not very strong, at least, strong being compared to a lot of other doctrines that we would hold to and say, yeah, there's ample scriptural evidence for this. At the same time, it's certainly historical, and the where it finds its best root is not in a particular text, more so than this is where it is very obvious, of a theme of Christ as recreator of the world, and establishing, therefore, not coming up with a brand new world, but rather redeeming the world and recreating, and therefore keeping much of the original creation like a Sabbath in principle, but there being a newness to it. And that newness flowing from his resurrection on the third day, which would have been Sunday. So that's the Sabbath doctrine in a nutshell.
Yeah. So essentially, in this post coming of Christ and his defeat of death, we're now seeing the old things being made new with ceremonies, sacrifices, celebration days, etc.
Yeah. Another example is that in the new covenant, there's still sacrifices. They're just not blood animal sacrifices. But Romans 12, after one of the most systematic, glorious presentations of the gospel for 11 chapters, says to present your bodies as a living sacrifice. Yeah. So, you'll notice that language. If you pay attention, you'll notice that language throughout the New Testament, and you'll notice a lot of the same language, pretty much all the same language as you're highlighting from the old covenant, from different temple practices found in the new covenant, just redeemed and glorified and fulfilled as they were meant to be all along. Circumcision would be another big and obvious one. Philippians 3, Deuteronomy 10 says that the Lord was after all along circumcised hearts. I think 4 or 5 times in the Old Testament, God says he's after a circumcised heart.
Yeah, circumcision's baptism now.
Yeah, another podcast. We are a 1689 London Baptist Confession church, but
that's the redemption.
Yeah, Philippians 3 does not make any connection to baptism. It does talk about our circumcised hearts now, so there is a fulfillment in regeneration, not baptism. But yeah, so getting back to the Sabbath, there's this redemption, and we now begin our weeks in the rest of Christ. What a gift. Yeah. What a silly thing to forsake.
Well, Pastor, I get you, man. Like, I'm resting. I'm sitting down on the couch.
Yeah.
Resting my mind. It's been a rough week, and football is, I say my prayers in the morning, read my word, and I'm relaxing in the game.
Yeah.
What do you say to that?
Yeah, I would say that's objectively and subjectively not a rest in Christ. There's no meditation upon Christ. to say the first commandment to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, or summary of that, of the first table of the law. To do that involves a thought of Christ, an appreciation to Christ, a fellowship with God's people, a bringing of Romans 12, presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice. Are you presenting yourself as a living sacrifice when you sit down and watch football, or are you actually sacrificing the Sabbath for the sake of your selfish desires? And I think, if we're honest, right, it is the latter. It is a sacrifice, not of ourselves unto God and his people, but of all of what God's gifted us in Christ, that we get to fellowship. It's not a got to, it's a get to fellowship with God's people. We get to gather on his holy hill on the Lord's Day. It's a very objective glory that we get to participate in on Sunday mornings as God's people. It's not a felt experience. And I think rejection of the Sabbath has skyrocketed. I would say the main culprit would be athletics in sports, probably, in America at least, because we have devolved or diminished church or the gathering of the saints for worship to just a felt experience. And so, you see it all the time. People say, well, I feel closer to God when I'm out in the water surfing, or when I'm watching football, or, and ironically, particularly with sports, you are congregating and you are worshiping. Everyone's doing that. And you recognize inherently that there's this glory to the word church just means congregated or assembled. And so you recognize there's a unique glory. There's nothing like congregating on the Lord's Day, but they're the object of their sacrifice, and the object of their thanksgiving, the object of their praise, the object of their excitement and their offerings, even their singing and their financial offerings, and where their heart's at, where their mind's at, where their strength is at, is all to the wrong object, right? It's not Christ.
Boys. All on them boys.
Yeah, exactly. A bunch of honestly fools, throwing some pigskin around, and we're like glorifying it.
Yeah. And male cheerleaders. Don't forget the male cheerleaders.
Oh man, yeah. What's worse, the male cheerleaders or the naked female cheerleader?
Yeah.
But
the Cowboys. Just the Cowboys as a whole.
Yeah. Well, although we should talk about that clip with the F1 cheerleader. Gosh, I don't remember what that was from, but and to be clear, like, again, this is a CSPN. Like, we love sports. Football's a great sport.
Yeah.
And if it was on any other day of the week, I think so. At all times, we're always worshiping. We're always giving. What is worship? You can tell what or whom someone is worshiping by whom they give thanks to and honor. That's Romans 1, talking about the whole world being condemned before God because they did not give thanks or honor the Creator whom they knew, because he had revealed himself plainly to them. And so thanks and honor are about as simple or as boiled down as you could get worship. There's more to it, but it's never less than that. And right, so when I go to a Padres game, I'm worshiping the Lord. That is, I'm bringing glory to him. I'm thankful to him for the opportunity. I never take off the Christian hat. Like, Christians can't take off that hat. It's who we are. Nor can I even take off the pastor hat. And so when I'm there, I'm a Christian. It's not like, I can, just get hammered at a Padres game because it's a Padres game. Like, it's just one night. It's a game. It's like, no, I'm a Christian at all times. There is no separation. And so, but I'm there to honor the Lord. And so, I mean, at this point, there's nothing at a normal Padres game that like would force me to not honor the Lord in it. But I don't go to Sunday games as an example, because to me it would not be honoring to the Lord. And I say to me, to allow for a measure of Christian liberty on their opinion on this. Yeah. But the Sabbath is a very plain biblical premise. So this is not everyone has to do something with the Sabbath. Right. And you can't just say, oh, well, that was part of the Mosaic law or something. It's like, it's just not. It's part of the creation. Yeah. And then it's referenced in the New Covenant in Hebrews chapter 4. And it's not, while it has this fulfillment in Christ and this rest in Christ, it still has tangible, practical ways in which it's, to be played out. So we like to just either mysticize or spiritualize everything to where like, yeah, well, I get it. It's creational. And I get it that we're now in the, new eschaton Sabbath in Christ where we can rest in Christ. And so I believe like every day is a Sabbath. It's like, yeah, sure. I'm yes and amen.
Yeah.
It doesn't diminish a distinct day that the Lord has always established of which we are to rest from our normal worldly pursuits. Mm-hmm. And worldly in a sense does not necessarily mean sinful. It just means work, labor, recreation would be something the 1689 also cites. Yeah. And particularly, I would say minimally, you would have to work with sometime from Saturday evening to Sunday night. I would say all Christians must worship with God's people and doing the normal liturgical practices of which, I won't take the time to go through different texts as to what that would look like in a normal church service, but, sure. Prayer, admonishing one another in psalms, hymns, spiritual songs, hearing the preached word and feasting upon the preached word as a congregant, to confess our sins one unto another, to be reminded of the gospel of Jesus Christ and rejoice in our pardon of our sin, our forgiveness of our sin, present our offerings unto the Lord, and just fellowship with Christians, right? I mean, just some basics, and as needed, baptize as well as partake in the Lord's Supper. Yeah. And the Lord's Supper, I don't think would be as needed. I think should be weekly. It's its own debate, but I think it should be weekly. Baptism would be as needed. But that can all be done pretty efficiently. It's not that it has to be a long thing, especially if you're a traveling athlete. But I think every athlete should find a church and they should do this. And if at the bare minimum, I mean, this would not be okay in my household personally, but I'm just trying to broaden as much Christian liberty as I could even think to be on the outside lines, would be like, if you're going to go to a football game Sunday morning, like you got to find a Saturday evening church, even if it's like totally different than the normal church you're at. And I would, it'd be very hard to justify that being like you do that for the whole season or something. This would be more of like a one-off of like, hey, this is a rare opportunity. We're going to go to the game. And it's like, okay, well, can you go to either a church service in Sunday evening after the game if it's in the morning, or can you go to Saturday evening game? But you can't forsake, like, think about it this way, and I'll throw it back to you. Like, we're talking about the Lord of glory, the creator beckoning us unto worship, inviting us to recline at his table, to remember his son crucified. The one who owns all things, sustains all things. And we're like, hey, I appreciate the invite, but I just got better things to do. Yeah. And that's really what it is. It is. And it is not better. And that's something we need to realize, is that going to the game on Sunday is not better than worshiping with God's people. Yeah. You have a bad theology if that's what you think, and your loves have been trained wrongly. Mm-hmm. It is objectively and subjectively way better. Like, I would not enjoy. There's a time when I was less mature where I probably would have enjoyed a game or something just as much or more. Yeah. At this point, I would not enjoy it.
There's something about it. It doesn't. It's like, even if, because when I'm traveling, and sometimes, those things you're saying, like, these things ought to be done on the Sabbath. Mm-hmm. I'll visit a church that doesn't, and it doesn't sit even close to the same way. Yeah. It's like, there's something.
Yeah. Once you taste and see the glory of, there's nothing better than this. Right. It also it frees you to enjoy the Friday night game, the Saturday game, way more.
Yeah. So even to get even more specific, go to a church that has those things, go home, watch football. Mm-hmm. Is that where are we at on that? Is that permissible? Is it not? Is where are we?
Yeah, it would. I think there are some essential elements to what must happen on the Sabbath. Yeah. And when it comes to the things that must not happen, that is a shorter list. In the Old Covenant, that is a bit more of what is focused on, because worship looked a bit different, and the rest was pointing to something. And it really was, you can't emphasize enough that the Sabbath was always a gift, and it's still a gift. So for my household, it would not be sinful to watch something, but I would not want it to be the habit, or to go to a game after or something. Some stipulations for my own household would be, this is not to impact, it would be sinful to leave church early to go to it, or, it's like I made it through half of it or something. Yeah. It's like, no, like worship with God's people. Don't be in a rush. Go late to the game if you want. Like, doesn't matter the cost of the ticket. The cost of rejecting worship is way higher. Yeah. So
it's almost like flipping that back on the other hand is like, whenever you get in those moments, you're like, so how much can I do to be right with God?
Yeah.
You've already dropped the ball there.
You're looking at it the wrong way.
Yeah. You're already in this legalism, check the box, kind of like, all right, so how much do I have to do? And then the rest is all mine.
Yeah.
So
in my household, we'd have a clean conscience if we have fully devoted ourselves unto the worship of God with God's people. No rush, no distractions in our mind. We have attended the Lord's Day service. We've fellowshiped with people. And then we went home. And often at our church, we have a culture of Sabbath dinners and, different, whether it's a baby shower or something going on in the life of the church, that I would put precedence over things like a sporting event. Yeah. But I don't think personally that it would be sin to, meet up with some people in church and throw the Frisbee or to even go to a game necessarily. I would not. I think it is probably sin to make a habit of that, because it's just going to end up impacting the whole day and the way you see the Lord's Day morning, and it's just unnecessary. Just devote the day to the Lord. Yeah. And I think with a real conviction of emphasizing to devote to the Lord, which is going to be by extension to the Lord's people as well. So I don't, to me, it's like, I'm not going to avoid if I go to a Sabbath dinner, right? And our Sabbath dinner is often 100 to 200 people from our church there. It's not like if someone wants to play ping pong, because there's a ping pong table out, where I'm like, no, I can't recreate right now. I'm like, no, I'm fellowshipping with God's people. There is a glory though, even in that example, right? You can get too into the ping pong to where you're like, man, we just kind of messed up our fellowship.
Right. We've been
over recreation.
Sweating hard.
Yeah. So it's not arbitrary to say like avoid recreation. Yeah. We all recognize like, no, you enter into a different headspace with recreation, with athletics, and there's a place for that.
Yeah.
Reformers
dunking on Ridley
exactly
outside in the court.
Yeah, and you're missing it. Yeah,
I'm missing the point.
Exactly. And the reformers they were grabbing. They weren't trying to be arbitrary or legalistic. They're just like, no, like there's just a reality. Let's just say what it is. Like recreation often leads to, just it's just minimally a distraction.
Yeah. Minimally,
So are there better things to do? Yeah, sing, just fellowship, just eat together. Just listen to other people, ask them questions, just invest in other people, not in what you want to do. Right. So different spectrum of sin and Christian liberty, but I think culture is always going to eat those things for breakfast. So I think having a rich culture of like, we really cherish in all of our homes, the Lord's Day and the worship of God's people. We think it's the best thing there is. Yeah. That's how we train our children. And that's how my wife and I, we actually believe that. Yeah. And so our kids don't see a difference in what we're communicating to them. Like to them, they see parents who prepare for the Lord's Day, who rejoice in it, who are, they're clearly not lying or being hypocritical when they say like, yeah, this is the best time of the week. We believe that and we really enjoy it. We come home rested, even though it is a busy morning. I'm the main preaching pastor of the church. So it is a busy morning, particularly for our family. My wife is practically a single mom at church, right? Because I'm up there, and so it's busy for her, it's busy for me, but we really do believe that, and we do come home rested. Like we're physically tired, but we are spiritually so thankful, and our soul is very nourished. And we wouldn't forsake that for the world.
Yeah.
We love sports, and we would just enjoy the sports every other day of the week.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, not literally, but
yeah, man. Let's shift into perspective to the athletes, because we have so many pros that are checking in on us, man. It's like crazy.
Yeah. Every Padre who wears a cross is at our church.
Dude, they're all about it.
Yeah.
For the athletes, specifically football players, because they're the ones that predominantly play on Sundays. Like baseball players, basketball, like literally almost every other sport. Like even soccer, major soccer, like they play a lot of the games on Saturdays. So
baseball often does have Sunday games.
Often, but I mean, like it's not like 95% of the games for football players are on Sunday.
Yeah.
Whereas baseball, you still will have what, maybe is it 10% that's on Sundays? Like it's still a lot of games because it's a lot of games in the season. But I'm thinking more so like, can he be a football player and be consistently honoring the Sabbath? Like that's a difficult.
Yeah, it's, you know, if I had to boil it down to one word, it'd be no. I think it'd be no, and then I would offer a list of caveats since we're, you know, podcasting. I'll offer some of those caveats, but it would be a pretty pastoral matter if you actually had a pro. If they're not professional, I'm gonna say, hey man, you're not making money. You're not making millions of dollars off this. Like, don't even consider it. But like if you're providing for your family, if you're fulfilling other clear biblical commands, like providing for your family, this is your job, right? Now we're talking on the ethic of a job, because it'd also be like, what about someone who deploys, you know, and the argument's going to get a little dicey there, because you can see, well, the military is kind of essential, and be like, not at the size we have it. I don't think that at all. Right. Nor do I think they need to deploy nearly as often as they do. Nor do I think we need to be involved in every nation under the sun. Yeah. So I would have plenty of arguments against like that. You know, the average military man, I'm not saying every military man, is often not doing anything that much more vital, in my opinion. Now, this is really, I know I'm just opening up Pandora's box, and we're in a military town, and I have lots of military people in our church, and I talked to them about this. Yeah. The size of our military, where it's at, how the founding fathers would have thought about a military this size, our involvement in foreign affairs, things like that. But point being, there's a different ethic when someone this is their job, this is their livelihood, this is how they make money. So I'm still going to go to the same texts and go over the Sabbath, and they need to have a clean conscience. And I'm going to be very clear on where I think the lines are, the dogmatic lines. And I've tried to talk about some of those. So if they're not actually making money off, I'm going to say, hey, just go to church. Yeah. Like, unless you can appeal to like, I'm providing for my family this way, then I don't know what you're doing. Right. Like, do that sport any other day. Yeah. Or just don't be a part of that team. Like, you just don't need to. Better to worship the Lord.
Dude, my flag football team in Vegas. Yeah, we got a tournament in Vegas. Yeah. So like it's the big one. It's the championship.
Yeah, it's a joke. So
$5,000 prize for a team of 12.
Scholarship is a form of payment. I mean, at this point, we've talked a lot about college athletes getting paid, which we both think is good. Yeah. But scholarship, you have this commitment. There is a form of payment there, even if that's all it is. So I would still say
college, they're not playing on Sundays.
True. Yeah.
And you may have like Sunday night practices.
But. Yeah. So here's the thing with football. All the same Sabbath principles apply. It's only 17 games?
Yeah, I think they're 18 at this point.
18 games?
Yeah, 17, 18.
So it's 18 games, probably for a long football career would be like removing a quarterback, like 6 years.
Yeah, I think the average is 4.
Okay. So we're talking about a very high provisional reward for even just like normal. I mean, do you know what the league minimum is?
Oh yeah, it's like
in baseball is like 975,000 or something.
I think it's around that.
So we're talking about $1 million a year.
Yeah.
High provisional award for a 4-year, 5-6 year commitment. Mm-hmm. If a guy comes to me and he has a conviction around the Sabbath, I'll put it this way. I'm not going to like try and ease his conscience and be like, hey man, you can go play football. I'm definitely not going to do that based on all the Sabbath texts. I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't have a clean conscience doing that. But if a guy is a member of my church and it's like, hey, do I have such a conscience to where I need to go up to him? I need to like really rebuke him because, he lays it out for me and he's like, hey man, this is just a 4-year thing. Like I always find a church to worship with. Like, I would fundamentally reject online church. Not a real thing. You can't assemble online. So, you
can't greet one another with a holy kiss.
Yeah,
online.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
As you're commanded to do.
Yeah.
So another podcast.
I'm just dropping them on you today, dude.
Yeah.
This is great.
If they come to me and it's pretty well thought out, they are trying to honor the Sabbath. They're really trying to provide for their family as well. And this unique job is requiring some measure of work, some decent commitment there. But they're able to find a place to worship, right? I'm not really going to have much problem with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm going to try and be there as an encouragement to keep prioritizing what is the priority. Far better, the one who gains the whole world. I don't care if you're making $20 million a year. If you're losing your soul and your family's losing their soul because it's football, it's not the Lord's Sabbath, then that guy, I'm going to say, like, you need to, I don't care what you're doing, like, forsake the world, like, see Christ as the pearl of great worth. Yeah. But if we're talking about like a fairly like well thought out Christian man who just sees this as a job and therefore he's working heartily to the Lord, but it's not, he doesn't glorify it, he doesn't worship it, he gets his family into the worship of the Lord like every other Sunday. He's at our church, faithful and loves it. And if it wasn't for the providential blessing of it being like a really good way to provide, he's like, yeah, I would never do this. I wouldn't miss, okay, that guy, I'm just going to have a lot more respect towards biblically. And I don't perceive that it's my job to go hard and rebuking him or correcting him. So,
and you would think too, is that like all of the steps to like that guy that you're describing, if he's gotten to that point, like, man, God has probably brought him through so many other experiences, like where he's had to maintain his dedication to Christ in spite of all kinds of because like just the levels of now with like we've talked about before, like with the youth sports and what they demand on Sundays at this time. He's gone through high school, he's gone through college, and going into like being on a college campus, your average college campus these days, like and if he's still showing a heart and a desire to want to honor the Sabbath, there's probably a pattern there, because I would imagine the guy that's like not wanting to honor the Sabbath, playing millions of dollars on Sunday, they kind of really don't even want to in the first place. It's just they're actually happy they have an excuse on Sundays.
And that's where it's a pretty pastoral thing. So we're talking pretty big picture principle.
I know there's a player out there that's how you're describing. It's got to be.
It's going to be rare in the world of online church because they're just probably easily justified. And there's so many pastors who would look them in the eye and be like, "Hey, you can just attend our church online, as long as you tithe that millions of dollars." I'm be like, "Dude, listen, like, I think the tithe is biblical, but." I would probably look at that guy in the eye and say, like, yeah, the tithe is biblical, but like between you and me, like, I don't care if you ever give a dime to this church. This is for your soul. And you can't attend online church. So, worship God with God's people. This is as fundamental to reality. Genesis chapter 3, when Cain and Abel, like, many Christians don't even realize that's a worship service. They're bringing their offerings. They're congregating and they're bringing their offerings, and God is present uniquely, and he doesn't receive Cain's offering. Worship is as fundamental to reality as anything else, or more fundamental than everything else. That's who we are made. We are first and foremost homo adorans, to use the Latin. We are men who adore. We're not first and foremost homo sapiens or rational men. We are that, but we are first and foremost men who adore, men who love, men who worship. We are made in the image of the triune God, designed to worship. That is what we are to do on the Lord's Day preeminently. And I'm very comfortable saying exclusively, but I've tried to emphasize today some of the caveats and potentials here for this.
Yeah. It's not all a complete like one-to-one blanket statement.
Yeah.
So I totally get that.
Yeah. But it's important. I think Christians, even in viewership, what a glory it would be to not even have a market for it.
Exactly.
Right. Or if the NFL sees, hey man, like for some reason, like our viewership, it triples or doubles not until 2 or 3 p.m. On a Sunday. Like, why is that? Like everyone's off Sunday morning too. Why is it that no one even turns the TV on until 2 or 3 p.m. Right. And even that, I'm saying I wouldn't make a habit of that. But even that would speak to them and be like, okay, well, so maybe we just push all the games to Sunday night. Like there are no Sunday morning games, or we push all the games to Saturday or
Monday, Thursday.
Exactly. Another night. And I mean, you might think, oh, it's just, one viewer or one vote when it comes to a political thing. It's like, no, there is no greater grassroots organization on the face of the planet than the church.
Well, once you personally stand on a conviction, it's fascinating how in the providence of God, he gives you opportunities to explain those convictions. Like, when I first years ago, when I changed my position on abortion, obviously I was also kind of outgoing in that realm, but the topic would come up and it'd be there. Or I changed my conviction on the Sabbath, or I changed my conviction on male leadership. Like I didn't have to seek those fights or those battles, but when I stood on that principle, it's just crazy how those opportunities come where people ask you like, why do you do that? Or why do I notice like people will notice it, and
definitely
it spreads from there. Jesus had 12 disciples and a few of those was he closest with. And now here we are in California,
untold,
putting our faith in
billions of Christians throughout church history at this point. You know, I mean, by the loosest metrics, over 1 billion Christians right now alive, but certainly in the billions from the dawn of the church. Starting with 12. So no, it's a really important topic and something that, like you said, often gets neglected. But
hopefully this conversation blesses some. Let's lighten it up and hit some of those questions you listed.
Favorite sports movie? What do we got?
Dude, this movie, supreme acting, thought-provoking, and would full send today. A League of Their Own.
Never seen it.
A League of Their Own. Tom Hanks.
What's the sport?
Women's baseball. What? Tom Hanks, dude.
Tom Hanks in women's baseball. That's a league of their own.
I'm just kidding. Honestly, I haven't watched that movie in years. But I think it might actually be. It probably would still check out as a good movie. I have to watch it over again. But maybe not. I don't know.
Wow.
But
I'm thankful that I don't even know what you're talking about right now. I'm surprised that one's been on the top 100 best sports movies lists.
It honestly is probably up there. If we actually were to look it up, I would imagine. Dude.
I think I've looked it up a lot of times. I'll ask my wife. This is her favorite genre, is like true sports movies. Or that might even be true, but
A League of Their Own, dude.
Man.
Yeah. Okay. There's no crying in baseball.
That's where that quote comes
Tom
from?
Hanks. A League of Their Own.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, everyone knows that quote.
Yeah. But anyways, no. It's Remember the Titans. Like Denzel Washington is my favorite actor.
Yeah.
Like the dude just does his thing. He makes every movie great.
Yeah.
But
it's been a real long time since I've seen that, but
you're making a mistake, man. You gotta watch.
Is that high school football?
It was high school football.
Okay.
Yeah, high school football, obviously peak civil rights movement, stuff like that. But just the coaching principles and like just when he's first getting the team into the gear, and that the speech about, he said, if you drop my football, you will run a mile. If you fumble my ball, you will run a mile. or he's like, if you're caught off sides, you run them on. He's like, if you fumble my football, I will stick my foot up your long john high parts, and then you will run a mile. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that would be. He would be. CPS would be immediately
for
at
sure.
his school
Yeah.
in the modern day.
I'm actually about to start coaching a flag football team.
Really?
Yeah,
Love that.
kindergartners.
Sick.
And I'm fully channeling Denzel.
You're like,
the Titans.
Micah's like, what, 2? You're
oh yeah,
he's good.
He's gonna run a mile. All of you.
Oh,
if I see you picking your nose when you're
Yeah.
supposed to be on defense,
Yeah.
you're running a mile.
Yes.
We're not having that.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
Terranova's gonna have a football team. We'll get there. For me, honestly, I should have prepped because there's so many.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of really good sports
good
movies.
ones.
So,
High School Musical.
a much. Oh gosh, I never even seen it.
No.
Pictures of Zac Efron all over.
There's so many cringy early 2000s Disney
Yeah.
sports movies
Yeah.
that like are resurfacing, and it is hilarious.
A much more subtle one.
But
This
yeah.
wouldn't be my top, but I actually really do appreciate it.
Okay.
It would be Radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
He shines a different light on athletics, but
Yeah.
I've always appreciated the breadth of sports, the way God blesses sports, and that you have this man with a very significant disability
Yeah.
who ends up becoming part of the team, and through the medium of sports, everyone sees virtue
Yeah.
as they, there's a clear bad guy in that. The guy who is like picking on him, making fun of him. There's this one scene where he's like in the locker, or he's like in the shed, and they're throwing the football at it. Yeah, and he's like tied up. And it's we don't even make movies anymore where there's a clear bad guy or good guy, because we don't even know how to define that.
Well, yeah, it's because it's like the good person. It's always has some kind of backstory where it's not their fault.
Where really they're a
not
victim.
them.
It's like,
Yeah,
no,
it's
they're not a victim.
Yeah.
They're doing evil deeds, and even evil things done to us are not excuses for more evil things.
That is good. Like I feel. Like it brings the feeling back.
Yeah,
I remember that feeling.
Oh,
was
yeah.
so gut wrenching.
Yeah. Oh, it's
hated those kids.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, and rightly so. And then
he
but
did a good job
there
on
is
that.
redemption with that guy.
Right.
And,
that's right. That's
and
right.
So
yeah.
Let's see.
You thinking of another one?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Because I mean, it's a different.
You know what
view
movie
of
that gets
sports.
quoted all the time that I have never watched, but We Are Marshall? That's the one where the plane crash. Matthew McConaughey.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. One that is a newer one that my wife and I watched is Greater. Have you seen it? I think it's on Netflix. You should watch it. True story about a walk-on Nebraska football or Arkansas. I think Arkansas. And it's a great movie.
Really?
Yeah, really good.
Whenever someone says new movie, I almost immediately check out.
No, I know. Trust me, I am a very hard sell.
Yeah.
I watch like 2 to 3 movies a year, and that's with like I spend more time researching what movie we're gonna watch because I'm so picky about it than I do just trying out the movies.
You have to these days.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're gonna
No, Grader's really good.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Damn. This isn't a sports movie, but like, have you watched Hard Knocks?
No.
It's on HBO, but like it's the documentary. They pick a team every year to do their preseason documentary.
Okay.
And it is one of the best productions.
Really? Okay.
The only thing is like there's like the coach's cuss, but like
yeah.
Like outside of that, like it's not like they really focus on like the family lifestyle of it. Like
that's great.
Normally they're picking the guys that like you see their home life.
Yeah, SGA.
So many of them
SGA with the quote on family.
Right,
it's so inherent to recognize.
And it's crazy because the guys that like are the guys that are the best leaders on the team, they're going home to a wife that's just holding it down with the kids and joyful and grateful and content, at least from what we can see.
Yeah.
And they have your other funny guys and stuff, but you don't really see like but it's just a great, well shot, well documented. It's been going on for years. They did the Buffalo Bills, which is like actually a good team. Normally they have trash teams.
Okay.
But
it's
like 4 episodes a season.
I think that's where television really reaches an apex is at this point, television for us, we think it's a medium that can handle anything, but it's not. It's a medium that can only handle entertainment.
Yeah.
And sports are entertainment. And at their best, they are depicting redemption, virtue, while also entertaining. And that's why I think this genre, as far as television goes, is like where television reaches its fulfillment.
Yeah.
The people who go to television to see like a political debate, it's like, hey, that's not a debate. It's actually a boxing match. It's actually just entertainment where we just throw one-liners, or we go to television even for documentaries. Like, yeah, I'm not saying there can't be
the government would have made a lot of money if they let Trump and Biden fight.
Oh, yeah.
That's
basically what happened. That's basically
but they might have got themselves
pay-per-view. Yeah.
With the pay-per-view shows, dude.
Well, and that's because that's what it is. And so I emphasize that because I think this genre is, if you're going to TV regularly, stop. And if you're going to TV for a long list of things, or you think TV is a great place to learn just about anything, don't do that either. Yeah. Read books. But TV does shine when it comes to sports and athletic movies. So, that's one place where I think TV gets redeemed, is in the telling of good sports stories, especially true stories.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
What was the second question? Remember?
I know one was, it was your favorite coach growing up and why?
Oh, okay. So personally,
your personal coach.
Oh man, I've had some really good coaches. I would probably say the one that had the most influence on me was Coach Lensmeyer. I'll have to send this to him, and I hate giving it to him because he used to crush us.
That's a great coach.
Like
what year is this? How old are you?
So he coached me in college.
Okay.
My red shirt sophomore year through my last 3 years of college. The
New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico. So longest term coach.
Who's gonna crush Michigan?
Hey, come on now, 34-point underdogs. Bet the under. We're covering that.
Yes,
no doubt.
Yes.
Like, don't take that to the bank, but that's what I'm doing. So actually, there's a funny thing really quick. So Michigan is like hiding their depth chart. Like normally what you're supposed to do is release like who you're going to start. So like teams can scout you. It's like a gentleman like courtesy thing. Like, let's scout each other so we can put out the best product for both sides. But like Michigan's being really weird about saying who they're going to start. Like they haven't released any of their depth charts.
It's real nervous about New Mexico.
Right. It's silly. And so I love this. So I saw someone sent me a picture and said how we responded. And so the Lobos we're doing the same thing. But we put out a phony depth chart.
Okay.
And we have a 28-year-old Tom Hanks at starting quarterback.
Like the official.
Yeah, like literally if you go on there, it's Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
You have to
and he's actually coaching a women's softball team.
Is he really?
No, I'm just talking about your dumb movie you referenced.
Yeah, so 28-year-old. Hold on, I gotta pull it up. I was actually texting the coach earlier today.
I'll go over my coach.
Yeah, tell me.
It'll be Coach Celino, my freshman year of soccer, and
Coach
then
who?
Coach Celino. That's his last name.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Selena. I was like,
Celino,
wait.
Richard Celino. Okay. Great coach. I was not. There was no real presence of Christianity in my life at that time, and he was not a Christian, but just through God's blessing, the virtue of sports, and he was just a consistent man, prized virtue, and he was a historian at this school and an economics teacher, and I just learned a lot from him in those contexts. And then once we'd get out in the pitch, and then he was a lacrosse coach for me sophomore, junior, senior year, and we were a new lacrosse team in New York. Lacrosse is a pretty big deal, and we made it to the Elite Eight. My my senior year in New York State, we won our like sectionals every year. I think, yeah, that I played. And then, so just a good time. And I think a lot of that was just because he was a great coach.
You never forget those coaches.
Mhm.
And even though you may not remember all their words, like their influence on you is lasts.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this coach, he was super intense. Like, but one thing I appreciated the most when he would like we would do punishments for the whole, like if someone missed class, like he would punish us for that stuff. And he did the punishments with us.
Oof.
There was a time, the worst one that we did, one of the worst ones that we did, we go in the locker room. It's like punishment runs are always at 6 a.m. Like we're starting at 6 a.m. Right. And maybe even earlier sometimes. We get in there and like we have no clue what to do. Just from the locker room waiting. He says, go in the weight room. Everybody grab a 45-pound plate. It's like, all right. And he takes us out to the stadium and we snake the whole stadium with the plate above our heads all the way up to the top.
Wow.
All the way down. All the way around.
Yeah.
And this stadium holds 44,000 seats.
Wow.
So that's the same size as Snapdragon, basically.
Yeah.
Right now.
Petco.
Yeah, and he did it with us, and like, did the whole, like every single last one of those things he did it with us.
That's how you get that respect.
So I appreciate it. Famous quote. I got to tell you this. Famous quote that he would share, because he was always going super hard whenever he made mistakes. Like he was relentless. It was funny when it wasn't you.
Yeah.
But then like one day we're like, Coach, you're always like going hard on us, man. Like you never tell us good job. So one day, so he tells like, so intense. He's like, you know what? You know why I do that? Because every time I pat one of you guys on the back, as soon as I drop my hand, you take a dump in my hand.
So never again.
Exactly.
I will never encourage anyone on this team.
Dude, it was so
he's just
but
been
it was
stabbed
so
in
funny.
the back.
But it was so funny because like he's like, but you know what? I'll do something different. So like it's funny, somebody finally did a good job and he gets up and he like gives him a hug. But he's already seen all of the film, so he knows. We're watching the film, gives the guy a hug, but he knows the very next play he's gonna completely abolish his completely destroy his assignment. And he gives him the hug, makes a whole spectacle about it, and then we get to the next play and it's just dead silence. And he just has the laser on this guy failing. And then
That's amazing.
Like for a while, like it was a lot of just over and over and over again. And then we all look back at him because we're wondering like, are you going to go to the next film? He just goes like this.
Wow.
I was like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, we'll let the results of our efforts praise us.
Wow.
Rather than
The man's just been heartbroken so many times.
Yeah, I get it, dude. He's jaded.
Yeah.
Jaded. But we were top 5 all 3 years of him coaching in the nation in rushing. So
wow. That's great.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He knew how to get us going.
So beware Michigan.
Yeah. He's not there anymore.
He's the head coach of Michigan now.
Yeah. Take it easy on us.
Yeah.
No, he's actually in Colorado now, like kind of retired and
okay.
Just
cool.
enjoying his family.
Yeah.
But yeah, Michigan this Saturday 5:30. I'm gonna be tuned in.
Yeah.
It's on a Saturday.
Nice.
So I don't have to worry about my conscience.
You can enjoy.
You can enjoy.
All right.
Well,
we'll wrap up.
Yeah.
Next podcast, we're gonna talk. There's always be some sports drama and things like that, but we're gonna talk exercises, dads, and different exercise routines. Why it's good, hitting that element of more personal, modern, or like present day athletics in the lives of probably the average listener of this podcast. But end on a little bang. Is fat shaming a sin?
Do I get to explain myself, or is it just yes or no? Is fat shaming a sin? No.
All right.
No explanation.
Now you can explain yourself.
No. I think it's like, how are we defining shaming? Obviously. Like I have been on the other end of a friend saying like, hey man, like you're kind of getting a little loose, and like we would call that fat shaming. But I mean, to me, it like depends on how we're defining shaming. But at the end of the day, it's hard to say like this blanket statement, right? But like if I know a friend who's like just legitimately letting himself go, like, and we have that kind of relationship, I'm gonna go hard on him. But certainly what I will say on the other end, fat praising, I think that's more so what we see is like that is a sin.
Yeah.
Like praising something that is objectively not like the byproduct of being fat, like legitimate fat, like not just like you have a bigger frame, but like being fat has a lot to do with
lack of self-control,
like
gluttony,
diet, exercise, whatever, all that other stuff. I haven't done enough research to like go over like legitimate health issues stuff. Like I know like there's
real straightforward
as
far as obesity and cardiovascular disease and
right. Well, no, I mean like there's people that put claims out there that like they're big because of some kind of condition or you know what I mean,
called eating too much.
Right.
Gaining weight is a math problem. It's calories in are more than calories out.
Actually, I'm cracking up because that's something Coach Linsmeyer. That's almost word for word.
That's just a fact.
Like, in a meeting, we had this guy, like we had some guys that were like over, like they needed to lose weight, and he was like, guys, it's really simple, like just dropping bombs. It's calories in versus calories out.
Yeah, this is a great coach.
Like, oh my gosh,
it's true. And
right.
I think you hit it on the head with it's not like being overweight is a byproduct of most often, like always assume this till really proven otherwise, a list of at worst sin and at best like some bad habits that maybe not are objectively sinful, but they're bad habits. They're unwise. They're not maximally fruitful, advantageous, virtuous. And meanwhile, being within a body weight that is according to your frame, according to your size, right? Because the weight is like, someone who's 4'5" is going to weigh differently than someone who's 6'5". But everyone has a spectrum, and it's probably, I don't know, percentage wise, a 20% spectrum before you'd be like, hey, you're too thin for like your frame, or you're too heavy for your frame. Or, for a normal adult male, it's probably like 30 pounds, maybe 20 to 30 pounds, where it's like, hey man, anything beyond that, it's like, it's pretty noticeable. And like, look me in the eye and tell me you're really being wise with your time, your relationship with food, your disciplines. And why it's so important, and we'll end here, is because it's pretty much always indicative of other disciplines in life too. And we'll talk about this more next time with just the beauty and the gift of exercise and how it helps us be disciplined in other areas of life as well.
So when you see someone that's looking a little loose around the edges,
hey,
let them know.
Be a brother.
Be a brother.
Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Profuse are the kisses of an enemy, but faithful are the wounds from a friend.
And the person walking around at the mall is not your friend. So
no. Yeah. So go coach Leonidas on them, or whatever your coach's name is.
Leonidas.
Well, thank you for coming, joining us for CSPN as the season picks up of football, basketball. Lord willing, we'll keep churning these out, but we enjoy anyone who watches and are thankful for you. And it's always a pleasure to be here and chat. Thank you, Lawrence, behind the scenes, for all the work you do, brother. And may the Lord truly be honored in this podcast. Thank you, brothers. Talk soon.